Hey guys, how's it going? It's Schmeat back here with another video, and today we're going to be talking about the NBA's biggest problem. As the thumbnail might suggest, it's the NBA dunk contest. And before we get into anything, I do have to say, if you're part of the 91% of people that watch my videos that are not subscribed, you got to hit that subscribe button, man. We are on the road to 400 subscribers, and you could be a part of that. But many of you can already guess what we're getting into. Tonight was rough. I just have to say it. I knew coming into this that the three contestants, being Obi Toppin, Cassius Stanley, and Anthony Simons, to the average NBA fan, they wouldn't know who those three players were. Especially two rookies and a guy that's a second-string point guard in his third year, I believe. He was drafted in 2018. Yep, third year. Not very well-known guy. I think the most well-known out of those three players would actually be Cassius Stanley, just because of, the crazy dunks he did in high school, and he went to school in at Duke. But it was rough, guys, and this is a problem because this whole weekend was structured as a little bit of a money grab for the NBA. I know they have a big whole campaign about HBCUs, which is great. I do respect, the increased exposure of historically black colleges. I don't disagree with that. But all in all, the NBA lost a lot of money, and I think everybody realizes that. The GMs realize that. The owners know that. Adam Silver obviously knows that. They've lost millions due to COVID. And the shift towards an all-star game, towards the all-star weekend, could be seen as more exposure to the league. And I'd say one of the more important events that I'm looking forward to is the dunk contest. I mean, you have to understand, I grew up with Blake Griffin jumping over a car. More recently, we have the duels with... first it was Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon. Then we had Aaron Gordon and Derek Jones Jr. last year. And coming off of last year's dunk contest, I bet a lot of people had a lot of high expectations this year because last year was great. And it brought in a lot of people that might not have watched basketball just because it's crazy athleticism, dunking the ball, dunking over people. Taco Fall dunking over a 7'5" dude. And this dunk contest was a big letdown. First of all, I kind of understand because you do have to pump in fake noise, and it's not going to be the same with fake noise. It's not going to be the same without fans. And kind of the juice it gives the viewer at home, especially. And without that, you could just sense that there wasn't really any anticipation before the dunk, and you could tell that it was rough, and there was no real grab towards a player of the three that I already mentioned, and there was no anticipation towards any of their dunks. It was just, all right, I'm gonna stand here for 10 seconds and then dunk it, and there was no low lights to give it a mystery feel, and it was kind of bland. All in all, it was not very hyped up, and the dunks were okay, but I feel like half the part of making it such a good dunk is the presentation. And with no fans, no hype after the dunk especially. Even the announcers, Shaq was pretty standoffish. Kenny the Jet Smith was probably trying his hardest to make it seem like he cared, because it was hard to generate energy in a stadium that has no people, and the only people there are really observing you. And another point is it's hard to see dunkers like Zion. I already mentioned Zach LaVine, who's been seen in a couple dunk contests, and you know what he can do. And I think the Chicago Bulls tweeted out a video of him in the layup line, and that dunk looked a lot better than some of the dunks we saw out here. and even to a lesser degree, like Donovan Mitchell. And it's just crazy to think that, because the NBA had to have invited a ton of guys that can dunk, and a ton of guys. I'm not saying any of these three can't dunk. It's just that I think part of the grab towards the dunk contest is the names that are coming out of it. I mean, Aaron Gordon is a perfect example where he isn't well known like LeBron, but he isn't, you know, like a Cassius Stanley. He's right in the middle, and that's what Zach LaVine was. And you can see Zach LaVine blossom into this superstar. So it's just hard to see these three players go out there. They were pretty good dunks all in all, but the presentation and the name recognition did not make it good. And especially, you know, Cassius Stanley's first dunk being probably the best out of this competition. Having one of the lower scores did not sit well with me because I think they said it great. I forget who said it, but he just makes it seem so effortless that's probably why they gave him a lower score. So all in all, guys, I think this was a fat L for the NBA in all facets. I mean, the All-Star game right now, it's going on right now. It's pretty good, and I'd rather watch Steph Curry and Dame shoot it from 50 feet out than watch these three players dunk it. And that's saying something. But all in all, guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe. We're on the road to 400. And I'm out.